In the high-stakes arena of corporate governance, where every operational hiccup can cascade into fiscal ramifications, mastering the art of procedural diligence is not merely a compliance exercise, it's a gateway to unlocking untapped tax deductions and fortifying your organization's financial resilience. Overwhelming converting the mundane aftermath of a workplace mishap into a meticulously documented ledger of losses that directly offsets your taxable income, turning potential liabilities into proactive savings. As CEOs, CFOs, and directors, you wield the power to orchestrate this paradigm shift, ensuring that every incident, no matter how trivial, becomes a cornerstone of your cost optimization strategy. Dive deeper with us as we demystify these protocols, equipping you with the acumen to safeguard your enterprise while maximizing deductions under corporate loss provisions. Because in the relentless pursuit of profitability, precision is your most potent ally. Mastering workers' compensation documentation. Commence your procedural overhaul by scrutinizing your Workers' Compensation Board (WCB) forms, a triad of documentation tiers calibrated to the severity of incidents. The inaugural form addresses minor occurrences devoid of absenteeism, those ostensibly inconsequential events that warrant recording solely as a precautionary measure against unforeseen escalations. The intermediary tier delves into hazard identification and inflammatory procedural accountability, chronicling the precipitating factors and immediate responses. Finally, the tertiary form scrutinizes the epicenter of the action, the mechanics of the mishap, remedial interventions, and prophylactic strategies to avert recurrence. Should an employee sustain no lost time, confine your efforts to the primary form. This judicious approach acknowledges the incident's negligible immediate impact while preserving evidentiary integrity for potential future claims. The imperative of on-site investigations. Paramount to this framework is the rigorous investigation at the incident's locus. What transpired, the remedial actions undertaken, the cadre of witnesses consulted, and their corroborative testimonies. Ascertain whether the event was an anomalous fluke or a preventable oversight amenable to systemic safeguards. Unlike the stratified WCB process, timestamping distills this to a singular, immutable record. Not merely the what, but the where, the involved parties, the sequence of disclosures, and the precise chronology. Envision a scenario where an employee slips on a shattered plate amid operational frenzy. The supervisor, preoccupied, defers notification only for the delay to engender amnesia and omission. The resultant void, unrecorded time lost to cleanup, overlooked hazards, and forfeited deductions. Probe deeper. When did the plate fracture? What quantum of productivity was squandered? Did the individual inspect their extremities or survey the environs for latent perils? Who executed the remediation? With what methodologies, and how was the detritus disposed? A haphazard garbage consolidation might lacerate another's hand, transmuting a solitary incident into a dyad, one necessitating full WCB escalation, the other languishing undocumented. Yet both merit equal scrutiny, for even WCB submissions demand temporal annotation. The duration expended on form completion itself constitutes a deductible loss. Across all organizational archetypes, be they profit-driven conglomerates or altruistic nonprofits, meticulous procedural documentation is indispensable, with timestamping serving as the fulcrum for integrating these into tax deductions under corporate loss rubrics. Neglect this, and you irrevocably forfeit these fiscal alleviations, a dereliction that erodes your bottom line. Engage your personnel candidly. Frame these lapses not as indictments of culpability, but as innocuous misjudgments amid duress, utterly absolved, for the collective imperative transcends individual fault. By fostering a culture of responsive professionalism, you galvanize your team to document assiduously, thereby enshrining cost-saving protocols that propel your entity toward enduring solvency. As you assimilate these insights, recognize that this chapter is but a prelude to the profound transformations awaiting in subsequent explorations. Harness these procedures not as burdens but as catalysts for ingenuity, where every time-stamped entry fortifies your strategic vantage and beckons you toward unprecedented fiscal empowerment.